Today I want to chat about 10 ways to stay cool in the bush in the summer.
Lions roaring in the morning sun, searching for a longer day.
We are like the hottest time of the year at the moment. It's getting to about 35, 6, sometimes a little bit more in the 10 degrees. You might be able to hear in the background a frog making a lot of noise, which was making that same noise throughout the night underneath the deck, and Theo got up in the middle of the night to try and find it and couldn't. So loud, isn't it? From a frog. I wanted to just show you today some of the ways that we keep cool in the bush in the summer. And these are not necessarily in order, but my first one is to have a spray bottle at hand. I actually keep this in our cool box on really, really hot days, and then I put it onto like let's move my phone. Put it onto the spray section, and then it's just a bit nicer, cooling mist, especially at night time, lying down in the tent when you're just really, really hot and you're struggling to get cool, especially if I'm using my fan, and I spray this, and fan helps to cool down. This is a very easy, cheap, quick way to cool down in the bush. Number 2 is to put little cartons of juice in the freezer, and then I cut them at the top, then scoop them out, normally kind of after lunch when it's the most hottest. I try and bring as many as I can out from Lusaka. Number 3 is my favourite, and that is the cold water bottle. So it's not just drinking water that's been made cold. It's actually a hot water bottle which I fill with water and then I put in our solar freezer.
What if you don't have a solar freezer?
It's just how we stay cool in the bush.
Oh,
Okay, if you don't have a solar freezer, yeah, tough times. It's like us in the first few years. I guess maybe you can run cold water and put it in the cold water bottle. It's not going to be very cool. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people who are, even like normal people in the summer, get hot. You can even be living in a normal house and still get hot. You still might not have air conditioning. So you can use your hot water bottle that you use in the winter. You can just put water in it and put it in your freezer at home. It's actually really, really nice to cool down. I feel like I would have used it loads in the past if I realised. So we've got our little like laundry bucket. We hand wash our like underwear and socks in. So I fill that up with coldish water at lunchtime, and then you can just sit with your feet in, and it actually cools your whole body temperature down quite well. It does get hot reasonably fast. I mean, I've done the dishes standing in a bucket of cold water before because it's been so hot, and it worked quite well. So yeah, Leafy, you should be standing with your feet in a bucket of cold water now while you're doing the dishes. No. So yeah, that is the noise in the background. If you can hear, it's my lovely tent husband doing the dishes while I do a video. Get our little laundry bucket and fill it with... Very nearly went on the camera then. Woo! Fill it with cold water. Nice and cool, nice and cool, nice and cool. Okay, number 5 is shower in a t-shirt and don't dry, which my lovely other half will demonstrate. And in the bush in the summer, you have to shower in the middle of the day. And a good tactic to do as well is to shower in a t-shirt and then you keep that wet, and then it keeps you cool, although it kind of dries quite quickly anyway. What do you think, Lucy? Shower nice?
Yeah.
Is it still a bit warm from last night?
Yeah, but I put cold water on.
Okay. Lekker.
Ooh. Okay.
Is the guys coming back? Can you see that? I don't know if you can see. There we go. What can you say about summer in the bush?
It's very hot.
Very, very hot.
It's very hot in the summer in the bush.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay, cheerio.
Number 6. We have sleep in a hammock. So if it gets really, really too hot in the tent, we've actually got 2 hammocks. Theo's one is better for the summer because there are more bugs around, and he's got like a mosquito zipping thing on it. So that's a little bit better. The bad thing about sleeping or sitting in a hammock for a while is that your kind of body's at like a angle. It's not that great. So the best thing to do is try and sleep diagonally.
You better sleep in a hammock next to you.
Next to me?
Yeah.
Better to sleep in a hammock than next to me?
Yeah.
Well, there we go. So it doesn't have to just be if you're too warm in the tent. It can just be if you want to get away from your wife.
This is how we do it.
No, I'll try. Oh, there's one that you've opened. There's a termite coming out.
Oops.
I'll try not roll down this hill like I've done before. So you sleep in here like this, but obviously it's not so great when you're kind of scrunched up in this fashion. So the best thing to do is almost like lay diagonally like this, because then you can see your body's straighter. So if it's the night time and we've got the net would be over here, and you'd be lying like pretty much straight-ish, but you obviously don't want to fall out the side. But if you've got your net, it's okay. So do I look comfortable?
Yeah.
And I also like sleeping like this as well. Number 7 is to wet or damp a cloth and put it in your fridge or freezer or somewhere cold, or a cool box or something. Or even just like if you run our tap for a while, then it's coming not from like the tank that's been in the sun. It will come from kind of the pipes underground, so it might be a little bit colder. So if you run that over a cloth, and then you put that on the back of your neck, or on your wrists, or on your forehead, and that can help to just cool you down a little bit as well. Number 8, which I use in my office a lot at the moment, is my very attractive fan. I need to actually find that. My friend gave it to me, who was out here working. So it's always in my laptop bag, as I use it in the office more than I use it here really. Sometimes if I spray water on me at night, I'll kind of fan myself with it then, but mostly in the office. It's beautiful, beautiful fan here. Life without aircon. Number 9 is to sleep with all your windows in the tent open. It can be a bit of a challenge in the summer, as with the heat comes bugs and mosquitoes. So we've been sleeping with all the kind of the zips of the windows undone, and just kind of little fairy lights that we had from Christmas on the top of the roof, on the top of the roof, on the tent ceiling. Just because if we have our main light on, then we're gonna have shed loads of bugs in our tent. So we've got kind of two windows behind our bed, 2 windows in front of our bed, and 1 on the side. So it actually creates kind of a decent cross breeze sometimes if it's windy. Sometimes it's just nothing. the last but not least, probably most important, but number 10 is drink plenty of water, which I don't abide by. Do I, Leafy?
Nope.
I don't drink enough water. But it's gross to drink lukewarm water. I hate it. And I'm not a good water drinker anyway, so I have to have squash most of the time to make me drink. But even, lukewarm squash. Cordial, sorry.
Depends on where you come from.
For American people don't understand when I say squash.
Cool drink.
Or cool drink. You like the voice from afar. So like when doing lunchtime observations with the elephants, I drink like a sip of water because it just gets hot and gross. So the best thing to remember is to make sure you keep lots of bottles of water in your freezer, fridge, cool box, anywhere you can, and just drink a lot of it because you'll just feel a lot better if you're more hydrated. Here we have our cool box, or cool boxes, and our solar freezer. So it does freeze, so to keep stuff refrigerated we just use kind of cool blocks and stuff and move them across. In here we definitely have some things that we've chatted about. So cloth filled water, nice and cold, perfect for the back of your neck. We've got, Theo's put the dung right on top of the juice. So this is elephant dung samples for a study that I'm currently doing. There you can see Makaliva. So this is on top of our cartons. It's got a nice aroma in here. Are you sure? Oh, oops. Sorry, Theo, that was me. And then I've got frozen water bottles in there, and then hot water bottles. Well, cold hot water bottles. And I've got two. I've got a big one and a little one. I'm going to pop this one back in here. Oh, and I also ran out of bottles, so I've got lemon water. You see that lemon water getting nice and cool in a jam jar there. Oh wait, it's kind of frozen. Actually, I'm going to take that out as well, I think, or else it's going to pop the glass. Behind me here I have my lovely hot water bottle cover that goes on my cold water bottle, and this is so nice to sleep with under your head or neck or back. I kind of like sleeping with it under my head when it's gone a bit mushy and it's kind of slushy and it's a bit more comfortable. Sometimes sleep with it in between my legs, anywhere that's going to get cold, that's going to, like, you've got a lot of blood flow in your head, it's going to decrease your body temperature. But this is really nice for just before going to bed, when you can get kind of really uncomfortable trying to sleep, and this is just cold enough to make it bearable. And instead I've got my kind of frozen cold cloth, which is great for the back of your neck or your head or your wrists, again anywhere that's going to help you cool down. 2 slushies. Can you bring a knife?
Knife?
Yeah. To cut the slushies. Don't know where our scissors have gone.
Can you bring the laptop out?
Yeah. Whoa.
Which one's yours?
That one. What movie is that from?
Sis man!
What's wrong?
Stop
stuff is in the freezer. Outside it's dirty.
With elephant dung.
Yeah.
Very well.
Troll.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. Those 10 things are the ways that we find to stay cool in the summer, in the bush, in Zambia. Let me know if you can think of any others. Just drop a comment below if you like any of these, if any of these are new to you. Anything to say, Theo?
Bye bye.
Theo says goodbye as well.